Welcome to Running as a Saint. The purpose of this is to inform you about the history of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints during the time from the organization of the church to the move to Nauvoo. Imagine you are going back in time to the 1800s during the early days of the church. As you listen, your job is to run with the recording and listen for instructions on when to increase your pace. You choose your path. We will never instruct you to change directions, just change your pace. Lace up and let's get started. The year is 1830 and the month is August, and you are currently living in the Colesville, New York area. You are a member of the Church of Christ, what the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints was called then. You joined the church shortly after it was organized by Joseph Smith in April of 1830. You are a part of the Colesville branch, one of the first branches organized in the church. You are currently neighbors of the Knight family. The Knight family are close friends to Joseph Smith. During the days before the organization of the church, Joseph Knight Sr. was there when Joseph Smith brought the plates from the hill Cumorah. He also helped give food to Joseph Smith as he was translating the Book of Mormon. Just last month, Joseph Smith came and visited you and the people of Colesville. He was instructed to do so by the Lord. Currently, Hiram Smith is presiding over the Colesville branch. You are working hard at the end of the summer to get ready to harvest everything and prep for winter. The labor is intense, but necessary. As a member of the church, you find that not everyone agrees with your beliefs. You find strength in your fellow members of your branch and strive to do what the Lord wants you to do. As time has moved on, it is now January of 1831. Joseph Smith just received revelation that all the saints are to now gather in Ohio. Increase your pace as you strive to make all the preparations necessary to move to Ohio. Maintain this quick pace until told to slow down. This revelation to the saints is not easy for you to obey. Many sacrifices have to be made by you and your fellow friends in order to move west. It isn't financially easy to leave behind your life in Colesville. However, Joseph Smith promises you that if you went, you would find, quote, greater riches, even a land of promise, a land flowing with milk and honey, upon which there shall be no curse when the Lord cometh, end quote. He also promised that the Lord will endow you with power. Slow down back to your original pace. While this may be a hard trial for you, there are benefits you can see from this now. There are a lot of saints in the Ohio area. Moving there would help unify the church and help leave behind persecution you are facing in New York. It is now April of 1831. You and the Colesville members have been preparing and are now ready to make the trek to the Kirtland area. You and the Colesville members are instructed to all go to the Thompson area. Lehman Copley has a land in that area that you will be living on. You arrive in Thompson and start to build and plant there. After not being there long, Joseph Smith receives revelation that the saints in Thompson are to be one of the first to practice the new consecration and stewardship. Edward Partridge, the bishop there, was to, quote, receive the properties of this people which have covenanted with me, and appoint unto this people their portion, every man alike according to their families, according to their wants and needs, end quote. However, as this started, Lehman Copley returned from his mission with doubts of the church and changed his agreement with the saints on his land and kicked you and the rest of the Colesville saints out. Not knowing what to do, you and the others seek out Joseph Smith for counsel. Joseph Smith receives revelation that you and the Colesville saints are to move to Missouri. Quicken your pace as you make the trek to Missouri. Maintain this pace until you are told to slow down. You and the rest of the saints leave in early June and arrive in Kaw Township in Jackson County, Missouri on June 26, 1831. You are extremely tired after the 1,000-mile trek, but glad that you were able to follow the Lord's instructions. A month passes and Joseph Smith receives another revelation that Independence, Missouri is to be the place for the city of Zion. You and the Colesville saints are the first branch to settle in this Independence area. Go ahead and slow back down to your original pace. For the next year, you continue to live in Missouri with the other Colesville saints. In April of 1832, Joseph Smith comes and visits you and the other members. During this time, he seals you and the others so you can obtain eternal life. This is a joyous time for you and your life. You are grateful for the strength the Lord has given you and for all the many blessings. As tensions rise in Missouri, you begin to be concerned. The cultural and political differences between the saints and the people living in Missouri start to build up and cause conflict. The peoples of Missouri are worried that increasing Mormon population would make them lose control in politics. Another issue came with the opposing opinions on slavery, and to add to it, the saints tended to exclude themselves. Often the saints would exclusively trade with each other. Persecutions continued, and threats from mobs continued. You and the Colesville Saints left and fled from Jackson County to Clay County in 1833. You stayed with them for a short time in Clay County, but when the church moved to Caldwell County in 1836, you and the Colesville Saints got split up and scattered from each other. Here, you and the other saints built the town of Far West. Joseph Smith then got revelation from God that Far West was on holy ground and commanded him that they should build a temple here. However, as time passed on and the fall of 1838 came, church leaders, including Joseph Smith, Hiram Smith, and Sidney Rigdon, were taken by the mob and sent to Liberty Jail. Then, in October of 1838, Governor Boggs issued the extermination order. Quicken your pace as you are forced out of Missouri. Keep this pace until told to slow down. Because tensions kept arising in Missouri, Boggs issued this. Part of the order stated, quote, "The Mormons must be treated as enemies and must be exterminated or driven from the state if necessary for the public peace. Their outrages are beyond all description." End quote. As you and the other states struggle to get out of Missouri, the plan for you is to head to the closest town on the outside of the Missouri border, Quincy. Quincy is 200 miles away on the other side of the Mississippi River. You reach Quincy, but you are very lucky. Many other saints have yet make it due to financial issues. Slow your pace back down to your original. Brigham Young puts together a committee to help the poor get out of Missouri. The people of Quincy have been a great help to you and the others. They have been compassionate towards you and have even opened up their homes. As more saints settle the Illinois area, the Nauvoo area became the biggest settlement. Joseph Smith in 1841 encourages all the saints to gather in Nauvoo. Quicken your pace one last time as you make the personal decision to move to Nauvoo to be closer to the headquarters of the church. Maintain this pace for another 20 seconds.